Welcome back. You're still watching SA Today. Now, we've been reporting most of today that there's been a number of looting incidents taking place in various parts of Johannesburg. This seems to have spread to other areas and we believe to other towns too, but we'll get to the bottom of that a little bit later in the program. Police here in Johannesburg, though, have managed to contain the situation in Turffontein, just south of the city. Some of the locals have been disputing claims that the looting there is fueled by xenophobia. They allege that some of the foreign nationals have also been arrested for the same crime. Well, I'm now joined by the Honourable Consul General of Nigeria in Johannesburg, Mr. Godwin Adama. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you must be receiving and fielding a number of calls from concerned Nigerians about some of the things that are playing out. What are some of the issues that they're saying and bringing up with you?
Yes, since 3 a.m. this morning, and also earlier than that, they have started receiving calls from Nigerians resident in South Africa, particularly those in the CBD area of Johannesburg, who told me right from 3 a.m. that their shops are under attack and lootings are going on, and the police, where there were police, nothing much could be done to assist in this process.
Are they giving you any indication of what's provoked this, perhaps?
Well, the only indication I had was that there was a building that got burnt and 3 people maybe were affected by the fire. But of course, there is nothing to indicate that these buildings, that particular building, had anything to do with Nigerians, or I don't know.
All right, so is this xenophobia or is it just looting and some people just taking a chance?
Well, I think for the Nigerians that talk to me, the view and the popular view they have is that it's part of xenophobia. That is what they say, because there's nothing to indicate that this kind of situation should start if there was no certain feelings against maybe the child. But it is also true that it is not happening only to Nigerians, at least a lot of other foreign nationals. But for me particularly, I'm concerned because I'm here to defend the interests of Nigerians.
So they live, there's the Nigerian nationals live in these communities, and they've lived in these communities for a number of years, working and setting up shops. So the question then becomes, what has changed that suddenly we're seeing these kinds of attacks? Surely everybody knows everybody in the area. Yeah,
I wouldn't really understand, but talking with a number of them, they have always given instances that this comes up one time or the other. I was here in March, I came in March 2017, and the first week of my being here, I experienced that, and that took me out immediately, even without formally presenting, getting all the necessary people out to move out immediately. It did happen here in some part of Johannesburg, and then South Johannesburg, and then certain parts of Pretoria. So I met it immediately. But since then, isolated cases have been happening, but this is another very major case which we are experiencing again after that.
Are you getting any intelligence or any kind of information about these being coordinated, these being planned, or are they just spontaneous random acts?
Well, you see, a few days ago, to be precise, Wednesday, Thursday, there was such an incident in CBD of Pretoria. And that, of course, it was provoked by maybe a death of one of the members of the Taxi Drivers Association, but it led to massive looting. Over 10 Nigerian big shops were looted and burnt, some burnt. And then coming a few days after that, just after the weekend, we are having this, starting with Jolly Street in JP's Town, Marvin, and a few hours ago it was in Turffontein, And now, as I was coming in, I was told that it has spread to Newtown. And a lot of shops have been looted, even while the owners stand by and nothing could happen.
So some of the residents there of Turffontein are saying that it's not xenophobic because some foreign nationals are being arrested as well for looting. Well,
you see, criminality does not have a nationality. And that is one thing I want us to understand. A national of a country that gets involved in crime is a criminal. And he cannot, because of that criminality, his nation cannot be criminalized. And that is what happens here. And that is one of the concerns that I raise. In every nation, you have criminals. But getting things to this stage without being able to contain effectively is what gives one a cause for concern.
All right. We're running out of time, but perhaps you could just sort of wrap things up for us. What would you like to see happen, first on a community level, and also can the authorities intervene, and what must they do?
Yes, I think the important thing about developments like this is when it's happening, there should be some level of focus and determined action to ensure that it is effectively curtailed. But we find it going on for about a week now, and it raises some concern, because I do know that the authorities in South Africa have the capacity to be able to contain any issues of security.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much indeed, and if you could just keep us up to date and the information that you're getting, we'd appreciate that.
Yes, I think too that I need to say that the losses to Nigerians have been very massive. Today alone, right in the morning, over 50 cars have been bought. People who doing genuine business, selling, buying and selling, having shops stocked, have been completely looted. So it gives a great source of concern to me. I'm even not safe because they feel that I'm not doing enough.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed, Honourable Consul General.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Palesa.